Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. We're here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and gonna be on here for the next hour to answer all your snowboard questions. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We got TJ here as well.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope y'all are having a good day. It is dumping outside right now, just so you know.
Yeah, it is. So today we were up on Jackson Hole, and we actually hit the Corbett's Couloir. We didn't send it. We didn't jump off of the Couloir, but we looked into it, and it was pretty massive. It's like a 35, 40-foot drop.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it was cool to get some perspective on it to see, what the competitors were doing out there, and yeah, it's no joke. It's a big drop.
Yeah, but we did ride into it. Really steep, firm entrance, and did a few turns down it, and that was a pretty cool experience. Once you're in it, it's still a steep, like double black style run, but it's not too crazy. But yeah, just the size of it and everything, it was just a really cool experience. And I can see possibly dropping it on with some really fresh snow, but it is like a serious drop for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I would want a soft, fresh landing for sure. It got my heart going, honestly, being up there. It was intense.
Yeah, guys, but we're going to be on here talking to you for the next hour, so hit us up with any of your questions. It's also a super chat, so if you need a question answered, just hit that super chat button. Awesome way to support the channel as well. And yeah, we're here in Jackson Hole, so if you have any questions related to Jackson, hit us up with those too. It's been really cool, like exploring Jackson Hole. The last couple of days we've been riding in a resort called Grand Targhee, so a couple different spots here in Wyoming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Today we took the tram up, went all the way up the mountain on Jackson. We've done a good bit of exploring out there, and we did some pretty solid exploring on Grand Targhee as well. So yeah, pretty cool terrain out here.
Yeah, it's really cool terrain. So yeah, let's get into let's do a few shout outs, and then I can already see there's a super chat, so we'll get to that one as well. But we got Miles Wilkin on the super chat. We got NC. We got Carter on. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Cheyenne, what's up, man? In Motion SLB on here. Derek S. Yuri, Brian Santos.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys are early, and we're gonna try to get to as many questions as possible. Probably gonna scroll down here for a little bit and see. Ooh, first super chat from FEA. Thanks for the support. And they say, what bag do you use for your wide boards? The Burton roll bag won't fit the pigs. Those are the war pigs. Nice. Yeah, do you have any trouble with that?
No, I had the Warpig 154, so that was 27 centimeters at the waist if I remember correctly, and that one fit in my bag fine. I have the Dakine low roller, and yeah, I haven't had any issue. I actually put the Marhar Lumberjack in there, which is 276, 27.6 centimeters at the waist, and that one fit fine as well. So
yeah, maybe try the Dakine bags.
Yeah, Dakine, haven't had any issues.
Yeah, I've got the Burton High Roller, or no, I had the Dakine High Roller. I don't know what Burton model I have, but I don't think I've traveled with any wide boards. But yeah, check out the Dakines.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Jay Slam says that place is amazing. Yeah, Jackson's pretty cool. It's up there with I think it's it's hard to say like one best place, but it's definitely up there in terms of like the size and scope of the terrain and the pitch and like just all the different factors of the mountain. The snow here has been great and light.
Yeah, light snow. Really fun tree runs as well. They even got a small little park at the bottom. So yeah, they got a little bit of everything.
So in terms of riding, it's like up there. I would say it's like comparable to Mammoth and maybe like a smaller version of Whistler, slightly smaller.
Yeah.
And bigger than Japan, but Japan I think has better snow.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so pretty amazing place. So it's up there for sure. Awesome, guys. Gonna scroll down. I think I see another super chat coming up here somewhere. Hamed with the super chat. He says, just got the Storm Chaser, rips and pow, but can't find the edges elsewhere. I think it's the width and the spoon shape. Any tips for more control? Cheers. Yeah, I kind of found the same thing. Like on the groom stuff, it was a little bit more difficult to ride just like outside of the trees and the powder. Do you have any tips for riding that board sort of on the groomers or anywhere?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a tricky board for choppy or more variable terrain. On a nice groomer, I think it's pretty nice, and that width can even help lay it over. But as far as just getting those edges to set, man, I don't know. I think just really focus on initiating that turn and keeping both feet weighted so you can really set a strong edge. Use the whole side cut. That board does have a shorter side cut just because it is that kind of POW specific, like really short tail shape. But
Yeah, I think like with those kinds of boards, like with the Storm Chaser, you almost have to, like, because it does so well in powder that once you take it back into the resort and like on the groom stuff and just on like more choppy conditions, you have to like change your style of riding a bit. You have to like adapt to the board a bit more. I'm finding that a bit on the Nitro, or sorry, the Capita Warp Speed. It's like a bigger board than I'm used to and wider, and it's definitely made me change my riding a little bit so that I can, yeah, just adapt and not have the board kind of like dictate. I guess it is the board dictating to me how to ride it in a way.
yeah, I found the Storm Chaser has a really small side cut as well. So I found myself when I wasn't in powder riding a bit slower than maybe I would have wanted to. So yeah, a lot of it just comes down to the way the board is designed.
Yeah, maybe try just playing around with some different turn shapes and different speeds like outside of the powder so that you can kind of like, yeah, just find how the board rides best. Yeah, it's kind of like the fun thing with like trying different boards too.
Yeah, see how the different styles act in various conditions.
All right. We got Rob Gams on here. What's up, man?
What's up, Rob?
We got Nerman. We got Flip AA07.
Kyle CG, what's up, man?
And Zach with the super chat. TJ, are you going to take Kev to your home mountain?
We talk about it every year. I think we've talked about it pretty recently, actually. So, I think we'll get out there one day. I don't think it's gonna happen this season, but I'd love to get you out to Appalachian Ski Mountain, man. We'd have to hit beach too, and, dude. Cataloochee. Oh yeah, so many possibilities. We'll get to North Carolina at some point.
Nice. And we got somebody asking, Wooter asks, I'm going to Landgraf in 2 weeks. Any tips? Yeah, so Landgraf, if you guys don't know, it's like a massive indoor slope in the Netherlands. And it's pretty cool. Any tips for riding there? I would say like dress warm. It's pretty cold inside there.
It is. Yeah, it was below They keep it below freezing in there, and yeah, maybe if you're not going to be there super early, you can expect maybe kind of like sugary snow conditions in places, a little bit variable, kind of like firm in places, sugary in places. Yeah.
I would say too, like keep an eye on the time because you're inside, you can lose track and find yourself snowboarding for like 10 hours straight. So maybe just keep an eye on the time while you're in there. And Tom says, what are your thoughts on the step-on bindings? I feel like for us, we're not really into them, but I think if you have, it depends on kind of rider you are. If you like appreciate that convenience, then go for them. But I think you do lose a bit of performance.
Yeah. Also, maybe they're better for more resort riding if you're going to be trying to get after power, getting after like really steep terrain, and or maybe you have to click out of the bindings on a steep powdery slope. It's going to be a lot trickier to get into those. So maybe keep that in mind as well. Super convenient though. They are pretty quick to step in.
All right, we got loads of questions on here. All right. Well, we got another super chat from Lorenzo, and he says, "You guys need to do a best fail vid." Nice, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a best fails of 2019, 2018.
Dig through the archives and find all the bails.
Yeah, we do try to like leave all the bales in. So they're in there already. There's let me think if so in the next video, is there any bales in your vid? Well, there was a bale you tomahawked in the epic powder day.
Yep, yeah, and then you got Narav also going off the little windlip jump, going pretty far.
Yep.
That one's a good one.
That's a good bale. Actually, that was kind of like a best of bales day. When I went to spin the back three into the powder, I just landed face first into the pile, lost the GoPro. I could have left in more angles of that bale, but I didn't.
Yeah, some good tomahawks that have gone down. What else? Yeah, last year there's definitely a few good park bales. Could maybe dig up.
Yeah, no,
But
that'd be fun.
yeah.
We do try to leave them all in though. I tried not to bail too much, to be honest. It really sucks.
Yeah.
In the best of 2019 video too, or 2018, I left in a bail on the 360 on the landing.
And the waterfall bale. Yeah, that was a big one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was heavy.
that was bail of the year. Maybe we could do like an award show, like bail of the year,
Dude, that would
run
be,
of the
that'd be
year,
really cool actually, yeah.
board of the year.
Oh man.
Whoa! All right,
SPC awards.
SPC awards. I like it. And Cheyenne with the super chat. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. I had one of the best powder runs of my life on the sushi. Thanks for the review and for helping me decide on getting that board. I'm loving it. Except on the wind-blown snow. It's pretty rough, LOL. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were riding the sushi in that video.
Yeah, that was in Japan actually, where that review went down, doing some dam drops and yeah, I think a little bit of everything on that guy. It does have a pretty soft nose, so on that wind affected snow, I could see how maybe charging through it is a little tough. Also, that short tail, like we were saying on the Storm Chaser, it's kind of get a little tricky on that variable stuff. But I'm glad you're liking it, man. Yeah, it's a really fun board.
It's Cheyenne. I think that's a girl, maybe.
I didn't mean man like as if she was, it's just
Oh, okay.
it's just general like
Like, what's up, guys?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, those like dedicated powder boards too. Yeah, they're just so amazing in the powder. So it's great to hear that you had your best powder run of life on it. I think it adds so much to riding the powder. Just instead of kind of like struggling through the powder, like being way on your back foot, it just allows you to float and surf on top of the snow with ease. So that's awesome to hear. But then when you get into the choppy stuff, it's just inevitable. Those like pure powder boards are just not going to be as good in the choppy snow.
Absolutely.
So, but it's the trade-off. It's a good trade-off. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Like obviously you're not trying to use the sushi as your one board for everything. So I think it's good for what it's meant for.
Yeah, good trade-offs. Okay, so Mina says, "Hey guys, please respond to my query. How do you keep yourselves so much energized? Would love to know. As for me, this is total amazement. Trust me."
Oh man.
Awesome. How do you keep yourself energized, TJ?
I try to get enough sleep. That's pretty big.
Yeah, sleep is a good one.
Yeah, 7-8 hours is ideal. Minimum 6 hours. And I do drink coffee every morning. Try to stay away from the energy drinks, but
Nice.
yeah, a lot of
Sleep.
food.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, and so, some of you guys know that I'm vegan, and about 6 years ago I made the switch, and the main thing was just the whole energy thing. I used to come home from riding, lay down, like crash on the couch, and then I would have to force myself to get into the video making process. And since I made the switch, I just have more energy. Actually, TJ was part of the reason too, because TJ and his friend Garrett, our friend, would come out, and they were like, you guys were like, what, like 21 and 23?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And I was like 30, and so I was like, oh, these like young kids are like crushing it and like riding all day, and I'm like barely holding on. But yeah, then I just changed my diet, and now TJ's trying to keep up with me.
Try.
But yeah, do what you can. Do what you can to make yourself feel good, and so that you can ride all day long.
Definitely.
We're pushing it on this trip though. We were talking about it. It's like 8 days straight. Yesterday, no, was it yesterday? Yesterday I was like miserable. I was so tired. I didn't get enough sleep. That was the thing.
Yeah, you gotta, respect down days too. You gotta respect your body if you need it. Don't force it.
Yeah, take some rest. Yeah, rest with the charging. Because yesterday I was like miserable. I was so tired. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
But I still got the video up, so that's one thing.
that's true.
Yeah. Have you had a tired day?
Oh yeah, I mean, actually, I felt pretty good this morning. We got a good night's sleep last night. But I think when we're really like out there riding every day and running on like 6 or 7 hours of sleep for a few days in a row, it starts to wear on me. It gets kind of rough.
Yeah. But yeah, great question. I hope you can do something to get that energy up. Joel Pangan with the super chat. Hi guys, you're so awesome. I watch every video. What are your opinions on buying used snowboards and gear for beginners? Any tips on what to look for when buying used gear? Cheers. Awesome. That's a really good question. I think like the most important thing is to really make sure that when you are getting the used gear that it's suited to you. That would be the first thing I would look for. Maybe check out some of the other videos on the channel which relate to beginner gear and getting your first board. And don't just get a good deal because it's a good deal. You want to make sure the board's the right size for you and all that kind of stuff. Especially for boots, you want to make sure the boots are the right size, the bindings, everything fits together.
Right.
What would you say?
Yeah, I've bought a used board before, and I think that the biggest thing that I would look out for, if you can, hopefully you can actually see the board in person before you buy it, and just make sure that it doesn't have any like weird flex issues going on that might indicate like a compromised core or any kind of damage that might be, kind of change the way it's supposed to perform.
Yeah, any kind of damage can be an issue too because or like if you see like any weird repairs on the board, because that could give you some issues.
Yeah, particularly I think the edges is one that a lot of people try to repair. Like if you see a big section of edge that's been cut and replaced, that might be a little sketchy.
But getting used gear is great for beginners, I think, because you save a lot of money. That first like board you get may just get you through those beginner process, like the beginner time, and then once you progress and you know what you want to do in snowboarding, then you can buy your own new gear. But yeah, it's a good route to do it at the start. All right, tons of great questions, guys. Somebody from Japan is just going to bed. Thanks for staying up late. Oh no, good morning. Oh, good morning.
Oh man.
Good morning in Japan. What time is it here?
I can't remember the time difference in Japan now. It's like just past 5 here, so
I think it's like 17 hours or 17, 18 hours.
We were doing like
It's
8
tomorrow.
hours back. Oh yeah.
It's tomorrow
So
there.
it's like pretty early tomorrow.
All right. And Sophia, I'm going boarding on Sunday with some of my skier friends and they want to do double black diamond moguls. I want to go with them, but I've never done moguls before and I'm kind of nervous. Any tips? Yeah, I would say when your skier friends go to do moguls, just go around. Go tell them that you're going to meet them at the chairlift and go take a run that's more suited for snowboarding.
Yeah, and that's how you're gonna have the most fun, honestly. If you do find yourself in moguls, though, don't let them pressure you to go like super fast through them, or you might get into trouble. And yeah, I guess if you've never been in there, just do your best to try to figure it out. Go through the moguls, not over them. And yeah, I hope you have fun with your friends.
I would say go over them, not through them.
If it's a big mogul field, then I don't know, you can't go over all of them.
Not all of them. But yeah, check out on the channel. There is a video on how to ride moguls, so check that out. But I think the most important thing for moguls is finding those spots where you can control your speed a little bit. So looking for a place where you can spray some snow, get a bit of your edge in, and control your speed. That's the tricky part in moguls is like where do you control your speed?
Yep.
And so give that a try. But yeah, we actually recently rode with the skier and. He was like so good and fast and he's like charging through moguls and bumps and we were just taking our, I think take your time too. Don't, like TJ was saying, don't get pressured into riding fast.
Yep.
Jason S with the super chat. Yo guys, love the content. Any suggestions for some beginner bindings for riding down in Australia? I'm 35, 5'10", 73 kilograms, and a 9.5 boot piece. So you probably want medium boots with the 9.5, 73 kilograms. How much is that in pounds? Like,
I don't know, man.
200 pounds maybe?
I don't know what
the
the conversion
I think it's like 2.2. Oh, maybe.
So like one.
Oh,
170.
170. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say my favorite kind of budget binding is the Union Flight Pro. So that's a pretty solid beginner binding. Then you can spend more money in other places.
Yeah, just check out some of the bindings that are on the lower range of this price scale and just go with that. Yeah. You don't have to be too picky, I don't think, like for your first pair of bindings.
Nah.
All right, so Andy Lee with the super chat. Hi, you guys are awesome. I'm going snowboarding for the second time, and I just bought my first snowboard. How is the Arbor formula with the Union Force bindings? Nice. Good setup.
Yeah. I think that's actually, when I did the review on the formula, I had it paired with the Force, and yeah, solid. Mid-flex binding, mid-flex board. Good way to go. Yeah, great option, man.
Nice. And we got Jack says you guys are the most on. You guys inspire me to ride and try new tricks. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sick, Jack.
Awesome, Jack. Yeah. And all right. And Kyle CG, when will you be riding at Targhee again? I'm a local there and would love to meet you guys. Oh, Kyle, man, sorry we missed you. I don't think we're going back. We only have one day left here, and it's quite the drive for us. I think it's like almost 2 hours to drive there. So we did 2 days, loved it, but I don't think we're gonna make it back. Sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry, man. It's a really fun mountain. That's cool. That's your local place. It's a good spot.
It is. Oh, Carter, what are the best boot brands for kids? For kids. Oh, I don't know.
I think it just like the options are just limited in general. I think from what I've noticed, Burton has the most options. I think K2 also makes some boots for kids. I'm not too sure what other brands are out there getting into that game.
I wonder if do Vans make kids boots? Maybe.
I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. Maybe. It'd be cool if they did.
Tom says, going solo snowboarding tomorrow for the first time. Any tips? Your first time going solo? Maybe. Well, that's the awesome thing with that is you can take your time and maybe practice some stuff that you want to work on, like switch riding or tricks that you've never done, or it's up to you, man. Any advice for your first solo day?
I would say maybe don't go too crazy off, like if you're getting off the slopes into the trees and stuff. That's not something you really want to be doing going solo.
I would say don't go in the trees solo. But
I enjoy like if I'm solo, maybe putting in like one earbud so you got some music going. You can listen to your favorite songs and practice some carving or practice some tricks in the park or something.
Yeah. Or you can also talk to people in the lift line and maybe make friends with other solo riders.
That's true, yeah. Great point. On the chairlift. I've actually made quite a few friends riding solo on like chairlifts.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And Travis with the super chat. If you guys could only snowboard at one resort for the rest of your life, what resort would that be? Oh, good question.
I don't know, dude. That's so hard. I feel like I would pick Breck.
Nice. Wow, Breck.
Just because I know it and it has better alpine than Keystone and still has a fun park.
Nice.
Fun trees, a little bit of everything.
And I'd probably pick Whistler just because it's the same reasons. It's like very versatile. There's like a bit of everything in there. So, nice. And we got Jason S. P.S. I'm riding a 155 Yes Basic 16-17 model.
Nice.
Yeah, sick, man. Good setup.
Yeah, solid board.
But yeah, you can pair the bindings, any kind of bindings with that board, as long as they're not like specific binding for certain boards. So I guess you can't pair any binding, but
yeah,
most bindings will fit on there.
yeah, it's not a super aggressive board, so yeah, I think the Flight Pros would do fine, or you could go up to a more mid flex binding as well. I wouldn't get anything too aggressive though.
Michael wants to know, in terms of the snowboard brands, who offer the best value for money and who is overpriced? Oh, I don't know. Best value for money.
Yeah, I think.
It's pretty tough, actually.
Yeah, I think like there's most brands have some like good value boards out there. Yeah, two brands come to mind for me, Ride and Capita. I think they both have some like really solid boards that come in at that lower to kind of moderate price range. Even like GNU has some pretty fair priced boards, and they put a lot of technology in their boards, so I think that's pretty good value.
I think for me, it's like boards that you can get that have a lot of all the tech in them. Yeah, GNU and LibTech, they come with a lot of tech that is starting to become like must for me. So a lot of good value there for money, in my opinion. There.
Arbor as well on that. Yeah, just like thinking about tech packed into boards. Like you can get boards for $450 that are fully loaded from Arbor. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a tough question. That's a good one though. Awesome. So Kyle Rob says, I'm looking at getting back into snowboarding after years of absence. I'm traveling from Scotland to Morzine for a week of snowboarding after a long absence. Awesome, man. It's amazing.
Sick. Enjoy. Yeah, Morzine's really cool spot.
Yeah, Morzine is great. If you could be sponsored by anyone, who would it be and why?
Oh man. I feel like if I had more time to think, that this answer might change, because I'd probably pick a brand that's like outside of snowboarding.
Like a massive brand with like deep pockets. What would be a cool sponsor? There's like I know who mine would be. Do you want to say yours?
Let me think a little bit more. You go ahead.
I got one. I want you to say yours
first.
Yeah.
Well, so I've got a few things going through my head right now. So I'll say I'd go for Toyota, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Get like a Tundra, and yeah, this massive company. Hopefully, help out traveling all around the world, and yeah.
I was also gonna say a car company.
Oh, what car company were you gonna go with?
Dodge.
Of course you were gonna go with Dodge.
Then I can get like a Dodge Ram truck.
Yeah.
All suited, kitted out, and can put like snowmobiles on the back.
Yeah.
And every time we travel somewhere, we could just get the free rental car.
Yep.
A car company would be a really cool sponsor. Yeah.
That'd be sick. I was debating between car or like maybe an airline, but I think a car company might be even better.
Oh, an airline sponsor would be cool too.
Yeah.
Just like travel for free on. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one too.
It's a tough call, man.
I like how we both picked car companies.
Gotta get the most value.
Or like a nice healthy kombucha company if you want to spread the
that was also on my list of things. I was
the
thinking.
healthy living. But I feel like kombucha companies are probably run by hippies and they don't have any money. So
Nah. I think there's some good ones out there.
You think so?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I've never actually like looked at a kombucha company's financials, but I would like to think, like Brew Doctor seems to be like all over the world, so they must be doing pretty well.
I've never even heard of Brew Doctor.
They're all over.
They're not.
They're so good.
They don't have any money.
They are. They're in Whistler and they're in Colorado and Oregon.
It's like the Indy 500 sponsored by Brew Doctor.
Maybe they'll sponsor the Super Bowl next year, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look at companies that sponsor the Super Bowl,
There you
like
go.
Doritos or
That's how you know.
something.
Oh, that's how you know they got money though, for sure. Can make things happen.
Um, David, how many hours do you guys normally ride on an average day, from first lift to last? Good question. Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, we usually ride pretty long days. They always turn into long days, even on like the short days where we're going in. We're like, okay, we're just gonna do a few laps, take it easy. It always turns into long days.
yeah, I think I would say average is going to be some shorter, some longer, but somewhere in the 3-4 hour range.
Yeah, I'd say longer than 3 hours on average. 3 hours is pretty
Yeah,
short. Get up
you're
there
right,
at
yeah,
10, down by one.
Probably more like 4.
I'd say at least 4 hours. 4 hours is like a short day for us. Today was a short day. We got up there at 8, and we didn't get home. We didn't leave the mountain until like 1. It was like a short day.
That's true, but we did wait in line a lot today.
Yeah, that wasn't our fault. But yeah, say like on Whistler, if we do even just doing 3 or 4 runs on Whistler, you're up there for it. Just the runs are so long. The chair, yeah, everything is a long process. So it's different, I think, compared to East Coast riding where you're just like on the run doing laps. So
Yeah,
it's a bit of
yeah. Sometimes it can be like an hour before you even get to the chair that you want to get to. You've
yeah.
been riding for an hour already.
Like the gondola ride is 30 minutes, so that's like a half hour gone. So yeah, it adds up. Oh, another person asking about Targhee. Sorry, we can't make it. Jennifer Morgan with the super chat. My husband and I ride at Mount Hood and love your videos. 8 weeks ago, I tore my ACL. Oh no. I'm torn whether or not to do the surgery. Do people ever skip the surgery and just do hardcore physical therapy? Oh,
Great question.
Dr. TJ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no doctor, but I think I don't know if Chris actually tore his ACL or if it was something else.
No, he didn't. No.
His ACL was still okay. Yeah, I don't know about the ACL in particular, but I have heard of people with knee injuries not having surgery. So sorry to hear that you hurt your knee. That's never good news to hear.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. I think that from just what I've seen other people do is that most other people get the surgery. I think what I'm thinking is that if you don't get the surgery, then that knee is just never going to be the same in terms of like for snowboarding, you know?
In the long run, it's probably better to do the surgery and go through the full process. But
yeah, like if it happened to me, I would probably be looking into surgery. But yeah, you need your knees, and I would definitely just I would talk to a few doctors too. I know some friends that have had surgeries and then they go to 2 or 3 doctors to get lots of opinions.
Definitely.
But yeah, I guess it depends on your activity level too. It's like I feel like some people, it's like if their activity level is low, they could maybe don't need a surgery, but
yeah, or how severe the tear is.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jennifer. Yeah, hope you get it sorted out. But yeah, physical therapy is just a good thing to do all the time anyway too. So get onto that, and I hope everything works out.
Yeah, best of luck.
All right. And Ty Winter Sports is on here. Hey, what's up, Napa? How's it going, man?
What up?
He says I'm heading to Mammoth Monday to Friday. Oh, cool.
Sick.
Yeah, if you guys are at Mammoth, look out for Ty Winter Sports there. Napa, he'll be riding around with his GoPro, so go find him. Yeah, check out his YouTube channel as well.
I wonder if the snow has been continuing in Mammoth. I know you guys had that crazy storm recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got like 10 feet or something.
Wow.
Fairly recently.
So Hank Yu Kim, Boston here. Can you give some thoughts on box knife and headspace? Yeah, I've been riding the headspace a few days, and I love it. It's I love the magnet traction for hold on like firm and icy snow. I love the flex of the board and the way it pops. It's just, I guess it's kind of like a soft to mid flex board, so it's like stable. And when you go to ollie it, it's just like it ollies really nice. And man, it is a pretty awesome board. Oh, it's asim too, so you got that like shorter, deeper heel edge. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I think the box knife is similar, right? Do you know what's
I
up with the box knife?
I don't know the box knife off the top of my head. I know it's like a jibbier board from Libtech. I know the headspace is GNU, so they're going to share a lot of the same technologies. It's going to have magnet traction as well. I'm not sure if it's asim or like how the camber profiles compare, but yeah, the headspace is a sick board. I definitely back that one.
Nice. Yeah, I can't remember all the specs on the box knife, but I don't know if it's got the C2X profile like the headspace has, but I recommend that base profile. I think it's pretty awesome. And also, yeah, I don't know if the box knife is asim, but the headspace definitely is. And hey, if you might as well get asim, right?
Yeah,
Might as well.
I think it's a noticeable addition to the board. Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. Yeah, good luck with those choices, man. And so Jack Caw, how deep is Wyoming right now, guys? Yeah, it's pretty deep. It's been snowing a lot. This is definitely another powder trip.
Yeah, yeah. So much powder. Yeah, today it was like in the trees, there was some really nice untouched
Yeah.
spots, like several back-to-back turns with drops with just
So like
no tracks. Yeah.
14 inches today.
Yeah.
Um,
It's snowing right now. There's zones that haven't opened since the snowstorm, so those are probably stacking up pretty nicely as well on certain parts of the mountain.
and a few days ago, the first day we went to Grand Targhee, it was like a winter storm warning. So I think the first day it felt like we got like 12 inches. That night we got another, felt like 12 inches, but it was heavier yesterday because the temperature rose quite a bit.
It did.
But it was colder today in spots, but certain areas of the mountain were also heavier today. But we did find some like lighter snow in the trees where there's some shade.
Yeah, I felt like it kind of reminded me of Whistler a little bit, especially on the last run of the day,
Yeah.
where there's such a massive elevation change that the snow conditions actually change from the very top to the lower parts of the mountain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty deep. It's nice.
And Sid Kane just picked up snowboarding about a month ago, and your videos have helped me so much. Thanks, guys. Also found out my Park City pass gets me a pass to Whistler Blackcomb. See you around, eh? Nice, man. Yeah.
Yeah, perks of the
Epic Pass.
yeah, Epic Pass.
Mountain Collective. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I explored, hit up some different places with that pass. It's great. It's one of the reasons we came here. Well, we bought the Icon as well, and it's allowed us to like travel around and hit up some different spots.
Yeah, the collective passes are pretty cool. A lot of perks.
And Carmen with a super chat. I'm in the market for a new all mountain board and wondering what do you recommend for shorter people? I'm 5'5", 150 pounds, intermediate male rider. Awesome.
Nice, man. Yeah. So I'm about the same weight as you. So, yeah, I mean, as far as like sizing goes, I think you might appreciate something more like a 53, like maybe like a more mid-flexing 53 or 50, like shorter is just going to be a little bit more maneuverable for you. But I wouldn't go too short. Yeah, like 50 or 53-ish probably be nice. I like 55, but that might feel a little bit cumbersome. I don't know.
Yeah, and I would go for maybe like a 149 Orca, Libtech Orca.
Oh yeah, that volume shifted, go a little shorter, and still get that performance. Yeah, the Orca's sick.
Oh, somebody said we got like a spammer on here. And we got Evan says, when do you come in Quebec? When are we gonna come to Quebec?
I don't know, but I'm down. I'm down to check out some French Canadian
French Canada.
areas.
Yeah, so there's this cool summer snowboard program. It's called Maximize, and a lot of like pros train there. So we might head out there in the summertime. We almost did this past summer, but things fell through. But
That would be cool. Get
maybe
some
next summer.
airbags.
Yeah, so that's a good reason to go to Quebec.
Yeah.
It's hard to go there in the winter though, because it's so cold.
I wouldn't know.
Justin Johns with the super chat. I'm riding a 153 2018 Never Summer Ripsaw, but when I was in Breck in December, I sunk bad in POW. I'm 5'11", 178 pounds. Any recommendations on a POW board? Let's throw out a few POW boards. So 178 pounds, so you could go with like the 53 or 59 Orca, one of those two.
Yeah, those would be some good options. So if you're looking for something POW specific, I mean, unless you want to go, you could go like obviously like Storm Chaser or something that's really POW specific. That's going to give you tons of float.
Storm
You could,
Chaser, yeah.
compromise with something like the Skeleton Key or the Kazu. Those would be good options too.
You go for the ride, or the sushi, the Rousing Mill sushi.
Yeah.
Lots of POW boards out there. I think, I don't know. Look into what are some of, if you're gonna be only riding it in powder, maybe check out some of those pure POW boards, and if not, look for some of those like hybrid boards. But the Orca or the Storm Chaser, a couple of options there.
Yeah, even something like the War Pig maybe, or if you're okay with something a little more directional, like the K287 is one I really like a lot.
Nice.
A lot of good boards out there.
Awesome, guys. And Jack Koff, are Volcoms worth it? Yeah, I think so. I feel like Volcoms aren't like overpriced.
I've been happy with all the Volcom gear I've had.
Yeah, and like actually so Volcom does a lot of Gore-Tex stuff, and I feel like it's a lower price point than some of the other like high-end brands. So
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah, and they got the Zip Tech, which is pretty cool. I don't know of any other brands that have that like true like integration of the jacket and pants. Maybe there's something else out there, but that's pretty cool. It's like a little bonus.
Yeah, Zip Tech is cool, but I find it a pain, to be honest.
It is. I don't use it too much, but when I have used it, I've been stoked. Honestly, like I used it once on this trip, and I was happy that I did.
I feel like it's such a pain that it's actually not getting used enough, and so it almost like the benefits, how much of a pain it is to do up, like kind of cancels the benefit. Because half the time when I should be using it, I don't, because it's such a pain to like drop all my stuff, like awkwardly zip my jacket to my pants, work it around my waist.
I'm the same way, honestly, but
And undoing it too. You gotta like, it's a struggle.
that's the thing. The one day that I did use it, we were all like sitting down having some food, and I had to like, I took my jacket off and I was on the chair, and I was scooting over to the next chair, and then my jacket's all like hanging on the chair next to me, zipped to my pants. So that can happen, but yeah, it's a bonus.
All right, we got SB Stoked with the super chat. Hey guys, what's your GoPro pole preference? Mine is 36 inches and seems too short. Stop by Schweitzer ID on your way home. I've got you featured on my YouTube channel. 7B Stoked. Awesome, man. Yeah, cool. Thanks for featuring us on your YouTube channel, man. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. 7B Stoked. Or Stoke. 7B Stoke. Yeah, I think 40. I think you want to go over 40 inches for the GoPro pole.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
like there's like a sweet spot, like 40 to 42 inches. If you go like too big, then it becomes too heavy and just too crazy. But yeah, I think mine's 40 or 41.
Yeah,
You know what yours is?
I think mine's 40, and it's been my favorite pole that I've ever had. And yeah, just long enough to get your whole body in frame with super view on the GoPro, and yeah, not too hard to snake through trees. So yeah, 40.
And Devil Main says, yo, check out my backflip attempt. Any tips from you guys? Any tips on backflips?
Man, I think what I'm thinking about is getting getting upside down and like initiating the rotation so you can spot the landing, and then you can, tuck your legs in if you want to go faster or open up if you need to go slower. You have a little bit more control there. Uh, but I definitely like to get to the point in the jump where I can see the landing quickly. So that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, and then also like check out trampoline center and just practice loads on a trampoline first.
Yeah, that's huge.
And Michael Anderson, man, you guys are helping us get to the Ram truck stage here with all these super chats. Thanks for the support. Thanks for answering the question. I always tune in for the chats and watch the vids. Good work, lads. Thanks for the effort. Amazing, man.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate you watching, man, and for the support. And yeah, we got another video, or I've got another tutorial coming out soon on like riding through bumpy and difficult terrain. And TJ's, what's your next video, man?
Yeah, so I got a couple in the works. The Capita Mercury review is going to be coming out soon, which I'm stoked on. That one's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm doing a vlog that should be up on Board Archive tonight on the day that we checked out the Kings and Queens contest.
I met Travis Rice.
We did. Yeah, I finally got the photo with Travis. I've met him like a bunch of times randomly, and finally got a photo.
Nice, man. I haven't seen that photo yet.
Oh man, yeah, I gotta show you. It's I'm just cheesing awkwardly.
And Peter Saunders, hey guys, any plans on taking Chris on future trips? Yeah, so Chris is coming with us to Revelstoke in a couple weeks. So it's gonna be TJ and I, Yannick and Rav, and then Chris and Andreas as well.
Heavy crew. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Yeah, stoked to get out on a trip with Chris, man.
Yeah. It's been a while since a Chris trip, since Mount Hood 2 summers ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Antonio, tips for front side 360. Front 3.
Yeah, I think, you definitely want to be able to have a decent size or a decent amount of time in the air so you can get that rotation out around without having to whip it too bad. And for me, the biggest thing is looking over your shoulder, so you can get the rest of your body to rotate around.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, it's like, for me, I always break it down to 3 parts. It's line, wind, and pop. So you're lying in a little bit on your heels so that you can kind of spin with the turn. And being on a bit of an edge too, like, helps you to, like, you can jump off of your edge and not be sliding. And then your wind up, so like winding your upper body back so you can like create that rotation. And like TJ always said too, like looking around with your head. And then the pop, like just jumping off of your heel edge, which can be a little bit tricky sometimes, jumping off your heels. I think it's easier to jump off your toes. But if you can kind of get it down and find somewhere small to practice, it helps you get air too. But yeah, just the line, wind, and pop. And start with 180s, and then just find a little bit of a little kicker to try it on.
Get that 360 around, yeah. Yeah, your lower body follows your upper body, so.
Yeah. I always hear people talking about like spin with your knees or like do all this stuff, like just turn the board. It's like, I don't think so. I think you start with your head first. The head, everything follows your head.
Yep.
Like the backflips, head.
Yeah, for rotations of I think all kinds. That's where it starts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even with just like turning down the mountain, if you're like starting to look in like weird directions, your board's gonna want to follow, which is kind of like, it can be a good thing too. Like if you're riding through trees and you're always looking in between the trees,
yeah,
helps you to get through there.
It does.
And a $2 super chat from Sheldon Kreger. Awesome. No question or comment. Thanks for the support, man. Matt T, when are you coming to Utah? No plans on Utah at the moment, but Utah looks pretty fun.
Yeah, I haven't been to. Well, actually, I did. I was in Utah for one day last year on the way back from Mammoth and Tahoe, and the conditions were a bit subpar. So I'd like to go back. Yeah, it was too early in the year. They hadn't got hit by the snow yet. Yeah, I'd love to go back. Utah is known for having some some nice light snow. So
Nice, yeah. And Jib Jeep 79 with the super chat. Hey guys, I'll be at the Burton U.S. Open at Vail Friday and Saturday. I'm staying through Sunday to snowboard. Which Colorado resort should I hit?
nice, man.
I don't understand. You're gonna be. Oh yeah. So you're gonna be in Vail, but you got some time to hit some other resorts. TJ, you're the expert.
So
My favorite place was Keystone for Park and Breck for the Alpine.
yeah, I think so. Really, if you're at Vail Friday and Saturday and you're staying through Sunday, you've got one day to hit somewhere else. So I would say on Sunday, Beaver Creek is probably going to be the least crowded, and it's pretty close to Vail as well. So that could be cool for like groomers and trees. There's some really good tree riding at Beaver Creek if there's any snow. I haven't seen if Colorado's forecast recently, but yeah, for park, if you want to ride some park, I would go Keystone for sure. And yeah, I'd probably do either Keystone or Beaver Creek.
Nice. Good tips. Yeah. Have fun at the U.S. Open. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And Ryan says, what is the best way to hold a GoPro stick filming yourself, behind you or in front of you? I think you want to honestly try like all kinds of different stuff. If you're making an edit or, for yourself or for other people to watch, I feel like the more angles and views you can give, the better. If I was just going to pick one, it would probably be the one where you hold it in front of you and it like faces back. But I feel like you want to get as many angles in there as possible.
Yeah, I think my favorite is the holding it in front of you with the GoPro hanging below the stick. In super view. That's just the way I found that I can most easily get like my whole body in the frame. But I like to switch it up with the same angle, but the GoPro on top, behind you, in front of you. Just yeah, like Kevin said, switching it up so you have more of a dynamic kind of video at the end.
Yeah, and with the GoPro below the stick, it that way you can actually see the board in the videos. I think.
Yeah, that's the hardest part is getting you and the board. And
I think it's better to chop, like if you're, the top of your head off rather than chopping out the board because, yeah, you want to see the board maneuvering and all that.
yeah, take it from Kevin. He's 6'4", so
Yeah.
the struggle is real.
Yeah. Just got to bend those knees more. Alex with a super chat, coming to Jackson Hole this weekend. Must do runs. Oh, your must do runs. Honestly, we don't really know I don't really know the names of any of the runs yet.
No, me neither.
I know the Corbett's Couloir. I know the Rendezvous Bowl.
I think I would say if you're into trees, the trees off the Thunder Valley lift has been one of my favorite places.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Thunder Valley?
I think it's the only lift that has thunder in the name.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
The Thunder Chair is really cool. Yeah, we've had some good tree runs there.
Yeah, I like that spot. But yeah, it's a massive resort, so it's tough. We definitely haven't explored it all.
If you're looking for some more beginner and intermediate terrain, there's a chair further south, I think, if I know my directions.
To the
And what is it called?
the Looker's right.
It's like a French name.
The Tiwanaut, is that the one? The one that goes to the park?
No.
The one above that?
Do you guys remember the name of the chair?
Oh, we got a map right here.
The one that's like got the most mellow terrain. It's like a French word.
Oh yeah.
Après-vue chair. Yeah, check out the après-vue chair. Actually, even if you're, an advanced rider, that was a really fun area. The trees were more mellow. You can ride with more speed.
Yeah.
And there was a gate there too, where if it's powder day and they open the gate, you can go out into some outside of a gate terrain.
Yeah, access some of that side country stuff. Yeah, more trees. Yeah, Prévu, that was cool. We spent like a whole day out there.
And if you're feeling, the main, what's the thing called?
The gondola?
The main-
the tram.
The main tram is really cool too, but the problem with the tram is you do have to wait quite a while.
Yeah.
If you get there like first thing, like an hour and a half or 2 hours before the lifts open, you could go to the tram and get up to the top of the mountain first. And if you're advanced or expert, check out Corbett's Couloir or check out the Rendezvous Bowl. Those places are nice. But you got to kind of weigh the benefit of like waiting that long before the run, so it may not be worth the wait.
Yeah. Yeah, the tram does take a while.
We waited like 2.5 hours today, and
We were the second tram up.
like it wasn't really worth it. Like it was worth it because we've never been to the Corbett's Couloir before, so it was worth it to just go and see it. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it again unless it was. I don't know if I would ever do it again, really.
Yeah. I mean, waiting in line as long as we did. That was, yeah. I wouldn't want to do that ever again. I'd be hard pressed to do that even on like a deep pow day, because you have to get there so early, which we did today. But then there was like delays because of the avalanche risk, because all the new snow. So you never know what's gonna happen.
And we got Paul O on here. What's up, Paul? Thanks for the super chat, man.
What up, Paul?
From Utah, right?
Yeah.
And Paul says, "What's the pros and cons have you ran into when adjusting your stance too wide or narrow? Snow this year is good in PC in the Worlds. They actually had to cancel the snowboard big air portion because of the snow."
Oh, nice.
Oh wow. Okay, the Worlds like competition. Nice, man. Pros and cons of too wide or too narrow. I think too wide, and it becomes difficult to like move your weight around the board. You kind of get locked because your like legs are so far apart. You actually can't move your weight forward or back. You're stuck in the middle. So that is an issue, I think.
For sure. Yeah. Too wide. I try to always avoid that. Yeah. I mean, try to avoid both. But yeah, a little bit wider. I usually go a little bit wider on like all mountain type boards to have a little more stability.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to whip the board around on rails or anything. But yeah, narrower. I think the advantage is you can initiate rotation a little bit easier, like in the park on rails and stuff like that. That's why you might see those guys like that, like those rail wizards that have like crazy narrow stances. But
Yeah, it's like when you can like watch other people ride a wide board, and you can see they're kind of like stuck. You're
Yeah.
just like stuck with your like with that wide stance, and you don't have like the movement that you would with a narrower stance.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we saw someone the other day at Grand Targhee with just like
A
you
wide-
can see when someone's stance is like too wide
Yeah,
and they're struggling.
and then too narrow, it's almost like you then don't have the stability. You can
Yeah.
almost get like pushed over too easily because your feet are too close together.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have more movement, but then way less stability.
I think that's the summary right there.
Yeah, man, that's a good question though. I never really thought about it a lot like that, but it's a good thing to know. I hope that guy changed his stance too that we hollered at.
Yeah.
We had a friend too that we one time we told him, it was like we were kind of like trying to, you always want to like give tips like in a nice way, and we are like, it's like, oh man, do you want to narrow your stance a little bit? And they were like but they loved it. They loved the wide stance. So
Yeah, that's right.
so
Yeah, he was like, nope.
yeah, he's like,
Even though I
no.
like it like this.
Yeah, so sometimes to each their own.
Oh man, Joel with the super chat here saying he loves the Board Archive hoodie.
Oh, sick.
And what metal bands are TJ into, and what's the name of his band before? TJ's the man. Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the love. Yeah, so like Lamb of God is one of my favorites. That's probably like my all-time favorite metal band. Killswitch Engage, really like them as well. And the name of my band was Thousand Year Rain. But you can't find any
Nice.
music on the internet. Sorry, guys. And I'm glad you can't. But yeah, thanks for grabbing a hoodie, man. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. And Zach Burns, how's Wyoming so far? Off the mountain, just in Wyoming, it seems really cool. Everyone's really friendly. We've met loads of people, lots of supporters of the channel too, who have been super friendly as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the town's really cool. It's different. Yeah, it's you're out here in Jackson Hole for sure.
I've noticed a lot more like big beards in Wyoming.
Yeah.
There's a lot more big beards.
Cowboy hats.
Some cowboy hats, yeah.
A lot of elk roaming around, which is pretty cool. It's been rad.
Lots of elks, lots of big trucks, like
Yeah.
the Rams and the Toyota Tundras and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, F-150s. We saw a Raptor, Ford Raptor parked next to us this morning, which was pretty cool.
But yeah, really friendly people. I feel like there are a few like jerks here too. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any?
I guess I haven't really been paying too much attention, but
One guy said to us like in a very like strong. We were kind of like standing on the run, and he was trying to like go somewhere, and he said like watch out in like a really direct and
oh really?
angry way. Like
Oh,
he was
I
angry.
missed that.
Um,
That probably would have like
actually,
triggered me.
actually twice now. Twice somebody else did it too. Different guys. An old. So the first time it was like a young guy, big beard, and it was like in the. It was at the bottom of the bottom of the mountain, like in the area where everyone kind of like stands around and there's like music playing and.
That's weird, man.
He was trying to ride to, because you can kind of like from the bottom, you can ride to the parking lot a little bit, and he said watch out, and like it really like he was angry. He was like watch out.
You know, that's just a reflection of himself and his own problems, man.
Yeah, and there was an old guy on the slope too, and I was riding and just like riding, but he was like doing like a really hard traverse on his skis, like he was just like going way across the run, and like I saw him coming, so I wasn't gonna like hit him or anything. So I was like kind of turning, and it was the same kind of thing where he yelled. He didn't yell "watch out," but it was something like "watch out." But it wasn't. I saw him the whole time and avoided him. But he was kind of something like "get out of my way." I think he said
something like that. Yeah, that's. I'm not too good in those situations.
Oh yeah.
Try not to start any shouting matches. You know?
I think that guy said "watch out," and the other guy said "get out of my way." Like yeah. So there's a couple of like a couple
that's no bueno.
strong personalities out here.
Yeah.
But other than that, everyone's super friendly. Yeah,
Like those
love
guys
Wyoming.
drive like really big jacked up trucks.
Yeah, big trucks. Yeah, but I love visiting the States too. It's cool. The people are. Yeah, I think the U.S. gets a bad rap, but everyone's super friendly. I love the food down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice to be back in the States for sure. It's been a little while.
it's like all the conveniences, all kinds of nice stuff. And so Time for Bed says, "Hey Kevin, what board are you using?" So a few at the moment. I've got the for the park. I'm on the GNU Space Case. Been riding it a few times. Really love it. Did a lot of research into like the board, and it just seemed like the perfect board for me. So I'm riding that one. I'm also riding the Capita Warp Speed, which has been pretty fun to test out and ride. Yeah, Capita actually hooked me up with that board. So it's Mark, right?
Yeah. Shout out Mark, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thanks Mark for helping out with that board. And yeah, the LibTech Orca, which has been my favorite powder board. So yeah, been riding those for a bit. What are a couple boards you've been riding? The Mercury.
Yeah, the Mercury last couple of days. That one's been a lot of fun. I've also been riding the GNU Anti-Gravity a few days out here. I've really been liking that board as well. And Arbor Westmark Camber. I've ridden a bunch over the last several months. So yeah,
Nice.
I get on a lot of boards, as you guys know. But yeah, I've spent multiple days on all of those. So those have been fun.
Nice. And we got a super chat from Enters the Room. Thanks for the fantastic videos. Helped me so much during my beginner phase. Awesome, man. Great to hear that you're progressing through it. That's amazing. All right. Sorry, guys. Just got to scroll down. We're like way behind the questions. Going to try to get to the top. Make sure we're not missing anything here. So a few more super chats. We got Evans Charles with the super chat says, comment was too long, so I'll post it below. Evan, man, you're gonna go make us look for this comment?
Oh gosh.
Oh, dude.
We can maybe try for a second.
All right, let me just make sure I didn't miss any super chats here. Guys, you know if I missed any super chats?
No, but Evan's question was the same as before. What's your favorite runs in Jackson?
Oh, favorite runs in Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know if we could dive in any deeper on that. I don't think I could dive any deeper on that.
But yeah, the trees, I think my favorite area has been the trees beside the Thunder Valley chair. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
That's been
especially
yours?
after today. Yeah, I just have this one run I remember today where it was just like drops and turns and just like 15 inches of snow, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I had the same kind of experience. It was just like tree run, nicely spaced trees, untouched snow, and just kind of, and it was like pretty steep too. So like really keeping, it was just, so you're just kind of like flowing through the trees and bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a good pitch.
Yeah, the pitch gives you lots of opportunities to really like bash the snow, and then
Yeah.
you're still cruising. You know, you haven't killed all your speed, so.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun feeling through those trees. It was kind of like, yeah, almost like hopping, not hopping, but you're cruising and going from kind of like pillow to pillow just through the trees. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
super fun.
Yeah, it also kind of empties out into a little field where there's some fun drops where everyone can see you from the lift line and the chair. So if you're trying to get that hero moment, you can get that there.
Yep. And all right, guys. So I think that's about it. Let's do one more question here. Daniel wants to know: are you guys going to drop Corbettes?
Nah. I would, but I have to make sure my health insurance is proper and that the conditions were right.
Yeah, it's when I looked over the ledge, if you're ever gonna, just a safety thing too, if you're ever gonna look over a cornice, a cornice is kind of like, it's like a snow cliff, right? So you don't really know what the edge is made of. Like, you know it's made of snow, but you don't know how solid it is. So always, like, where I went around to the side to where there was some like poles, like a fencing in the snow. So I knew it was pretty deep over there, and I went around to the side, and then I looked over, and it was just like, yeah, like 30 plus feet to, not even that steep really. To get it to land in the sweet part of the landing, you have to like ride in with a bit of speed.
Yeah.
So it's like sending you like a 40-foot drop, and it's just too big for me.
It's gnarly. Yeah, it really brought some perspective to, like, if you guys have seen Travis's like helmet cam drop on the Corbett's contest, it's
Yeah.
that is seriously gnarly. It's insane.
Yeah, but if you had the right day with the right amount of snow and you were just feeling like loose and good.
And it was open, and you got there, and you were one of the first people. Like, there's a lot of factors, but yeah, it's doable.
It's doable. You're probably gonna tomahawk though, or like, yeah, you're gonna go splat. But if there's enough snow to like, yeah,
It's serious.
it's almost like you need to build up to it too by doing like lots of other stuff. We haven't done any other big drops since we've been here, really.
No, yeah, I've had a lot of tomahawks on much smaller drops.
Yeah, it's hard to do drops into powder when you're traveling. It's like, for me, it's much easier in Whistler because like I know the drops, I know the landings, and it gives you like that confidence to know like how it's gonna feel, that there's nothing like in the landing.
Right.
And the takeoff too. You like, when you're riding down to some of this stuff, if you don't know like the exits, like say if you decide you don't want to drop it, like a lot of times if you've been to a cliff drop a few times, you know like, okay, this is how I get out of here. And not knowing how to get out is can be stressful too.
Yeah.
So one more question. So PQM1, how are those Vans boots, Kevin? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I got some new Vans High Standard. I think they're the team boot.
The Pro?
The Pro. Vans High Standard Pro. They're
Yeah.
so comfortable. So I took them out of the box, and then I've been wearing them 8 days straight with 0 foot pain. They're amazing. They're so comfortable.
He's loving the boots so much. He's like, yeah, the other day he was like, someone could offer me my shoes right now, and I would say no.
Yeah.
I just want to keep these boots on. I want to try Vans now.
Yeah, shout out to Vans. And if you guys are looking for new boots, the Vans High Standards Pro, they are the best boots for comfort.
Nice. That's
100%.
heavy.
100%, yeah. 0 foot pain. It's incredible. Roy Forrest with the super chat. Hey guys, love the chat. What's your take on forward lean? Zero lean. Oh, look how bright my screen gets. Zero lean or lots of forward lean? So it kind of depends, I guess. But I think the more forward lean you put, the more response you'll get from your heel edge, which can be a very good thing if you're, say, carving or if you're doing like long traverses. Especially if you're doing a traverse on your heels, having more forward lean will just help you to initiate that heel turn earlier, which is which is huge, and for carving and stuff, and just turning in general. But you don't have too much. Do you even have forward lean?
I pretty much always ride with no forward lean. I have, I do ride sometimes with like a little bit, like maybe like 1 or 2 clicks on it if I'm doing a lot like carving. Really would be the one situation if I know it's like I'm just gonna rip groomers and I want that heel response. But yeah, I usually don't ride forward lean.
How do you find? Well, what do you think are the benefits of having it zero?
For me, I think I I'm really used to it, and so I just feel it feels more comfortable for me. And I find when I do have the forward lean, it almost forces me to stay in a position where my knees are bent, and I find that to be a little awkward sometimes. I'm just really used to the no forward lean, and I guess I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Is like the it forces me into a different body position that I don't like to be in when I'm doing like freestyle stuff.
So like in the park, you feel like a bit more like uh, like
I-
loose with the zero.
Yeah, I feel like for tweaks and sliding rails and like getting sideways on rails in particular and that type of stuff, zero forward lean makes that a little bit easier and more comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and play around with it too. Try zero. Try putting it all the way. Try in the middle.
Yeah,
And see how you feel.
I'm sure once you got used to it, if you found kind of a forward lean that you liked, you could probably do everything comfortably with it. But yeah, that's just what I'm used to.
Yeah, yeah. And I usually ride it in the middle. I guess I'm used to that too. And I do find if sometimes I've had my bindings accidentally jump to zero, and I find that it's harder. Like I notice it on my heel traverses. Like it's not as easy to traverse on heels. But maybe if I got used to it, it wouldn't be an issue. But yeah, give it a try. And one more super chat from Faye A. Mexican food is great.
It is.
Yeah. Awesome. Taco fund. Thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely pick up some tacos tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down.
for
We've
sure.
only had Mexican food once on the trip. At least it's going out, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's time.
Speaking of which, it's time to eat some dinner.
It is. I'm hungry.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys are having fun with their riding. Appreciate all the support, everyone that did the super chat. We've got another day here in Wyoming, and then we're driving back to Whistler. So yeah, it's been a great trip. And check out TJ's YouTube channel at Board Archive on YouTube, and he does a live chat on Mondays. So check that out.
Yeah. Hope to see you guys there on Monday. And yeah, thanks for checking out the channel. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sweet guys. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you guys again soon with a less bright screen.
Yeah. Take
All
care,
right.
everybody. Thanks for all the great questions.
Yeah,